Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Wednesday, February 17th at 3:27 a.m. Pacific Standard Time by Zeno Reader. There are 705 headlines from 108 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Jimmy Kimmel gives Trump supporters an uncomfortable truth about the ex-president. The Texas power grid failed mostly due to natural gas. Republicans are blaming wind turbines. Fight against sea rise costly in tourist town. Joe Biden finally says what a lot of people are thinking about Donald Trump. Biden says he's tired of talking about Trump and that he is only president not to call him. Ghislaine Maxwell physically abused by correctional officer during routine search in prison. Woman charged in Capitol melee says Proud Boys recruited her. NYC police union leader warns tourists to avoid city over crime spike. Tucker Carlson cackles as he concocts bunkers new Biden conspiracy theory. Florida restaurant goes viral for face diapers not required sign. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. DPH, first case of South Africa COVID-19 variant confirmed in Mass, WCVB Boston. Ford invests $1 billion in German plant, targets move to all-electric passenger vehicles in Europe by 2030, CNBC. Bitcoin, BTC USD, cryptocurrency price jumps to all-time high, Bloomberg. South Korean lawmaker and spy agency dispute whether North Korean hackers stole Pfizer COVID-19 data, CNN. Epic Games takes Apple fight to EU antitrust regulators, Fox Business. The latest on the coronavirus pandemic and vaccines, live updates, CNN. 2021 Australian Open, what to watch for in Serena Williams and Naomi Osaka semifinal, The New York Times. Snubbed by Obama, Joe Biden says White House residence was unseen by him until he moved in, Fox News. LAUSD diverting school police funds to support black students, Los Angeles Times. Biden separates self from Dem call to erase $50 G in student loan debt, Fox News. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Trump's Atlantic City casino to crumble like a deck of cards. Impeachment over, Congress shifts focus to security failures. Lindsey Graham, GOP doesn't have a snowball's chance in hell without Trump. Jacked up and jazzed, do caffeinated foods really work? I was gonna be a mashed potato, Florida boy recounts garbage truck horror. Chris Hayes slams Fox News' latest painful culture war idiocy. Brianna Keilar exposes Fox News fear-mongering formula. Kimmel gives Trump supporters an uncomfortable truth about the ex-president. Secretary of State reveals how deadly Capitol riot has tarnished U.S. diplomacy. Dramatic photos show thousands of stunned sea turtles rescued from Texas storm. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Mysterious envelopes part of scavenger hunt. Judge orders football coach reinstated. OPPD, NPPD warn rolling outages could resume. Lawmakers push bills to legalize cannabis. Hospital treating patients for carbon monoxide. Residents turn to snow removal companies for help. Pharmacy staff brave snow to deliver medicine. Brother charged in Sabrina Ray's death moved. Jet City coalition digs out neighbors after massive snowfall. Police officers accused of unprovoked assault. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Texas blackouts hit minority neighborhoods especially hard. Stark disparities in vaccine rollout by zip code. The Daily, climate change and the Texas blackouts. Bitter cold strains power grids in U.S. as new storm begins. Winter storm disrupts auto production. The Hotel Rwanda hero is on trial. Here's what we know. Indian court rejects MJ Akbar's defamation claim in Me Too case. A different kind of land management, let the cows stump. When the bill comes due in Europe, how are we going to pay for all this? How to buy a real N95 mask online. The following headlines are from the 6th most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Senate GOP re-election arm targets vulnerable Senate Dems on reopening schools. Portland police clash with residents over discarded food. Dr. Ben Carson, Black history is American history, and this is why it's all worth celebrating. New Mexico mom faces third DUI charge, had child blow into interlock device to start vehicle, report. UK aims to infect healthy volunteers with COVID-19 for medical research. Biden faces CNN softballs, no questions on Cuomo, WH press aid scandals. Kim Kardashian shares that she's really shy in new bikini post. Brooke Burke reveals fitness advice she wishes she gave her younger self, sweat smart. William Shakespeare ditched by woke teachers over misogyny, racism. Biden still misses VP residence pool in which he reportedly skinny dipped. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Wednesday, February 17th. The next headlines are from the 7th most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Jason Tatum is still feeling some lingering effects of COVID-19. Oprah with Meghan and Harry, a CBS primetime special set to air March 7th. Boston barber seriously injured after stabbing himself in freak accident, client, colleagues jump into action. Beloved Detroit media icon dies day after getting COVID vaccine, autopsy to determine cause. Talking isn't usually enough, new MTV documentary Each and Every Day addresses teen mental health and suicide. 56th ACM Awards to air live from Nashville for the second consecutive year. Unifying America comes to CBS on February 17th. Crone more on Betsy Oval and playing Victoria Franklin, my life literally changed overnight. Tom Brady disgraced Super Bowl trophy during parade and owes apology, creator's daughter says. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Archaeology, Pharaoh who ruled in Egypt more than 300 years ago was caught in battle and executed. Hospital bosses call for lockdown until summer because cases need to drop tenfold. Mystery of the boy in the burning car, BBC podcast examines strange death of teenager. UK and California COVID variants merged in US coronavirus case, scientists say. Victoria Beckham's sister Louise Adams takes job at a COVID testing center. Experts confirm stone found in trucker's 1C snail snack is a rare mellow pearl worth $70,000. Wendy's is opening its first branch in the UK in 21 years. The tragic downfall Scott Miller before being accused of being mastermind of $2 smuggling ring. Iceland apologizes for insulting Welsh people amid threats of boycott. Mount Etna streams red-hot lava and sends ash rising more than 3,000 feet in spectacular eruption. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. Biden's Middle East woes are already piling up. Forced coronavirus vaccines arrive in Gaza Strip following blockage by Israel. Ford to build new electric car on Volkswagen framework. Live updates. Rate of new coronavirus cases declining around the world, WHO says. Indian journalist acquitted of defamation in Me Too case. Indian police detain students demanding release of activist. Indigenous artists shine as Taiwan's mainstream embraces its island identity. Wife of North Korea's Kim Jong-un reappears after a year out of the public eye. Britain to urge ceasefires to allow COVID-19 deliveries. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Stefanos Tsitsipas v Rafael Nadal, Australian Open 2021, live. Gunmen kidnap hundreds of students in central Nigeria. Revealed, chemicals giant sold Louisiana plant amid fears over cost of offsetting toxic emissions. Coronavirus live news, WHO expects first COVAX deliveries late February, New Zealand confirms third new case. Celebrity chef Pete Evans' Instagram account deleted for repeatedly sharing COVID misinformation. America, send us your ideas, Biden pledges to protect 30% of U.S. lands by 2030. UK to infect up to 90 healthy volunteers with COVID in world first trial. It's just exhausting, rural Louisiana hospital workers tell of COVID burnout. Air pollution significantly raises risk of infertility, study finds. From Nelly to Doug, nicknames emerge for growing list of COVID variants. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Biden cautiously predicts very different circumstance with pandemic by Christmas. Pfizer-BioNTech to get EU 200 million more COVID-19 shots. Boy in Switzerland dies after homemade igloo collapses. Holiday COVID-19 surge to blame for rising MIS-C cases in some U.S. cities. State top COVID-19 official latest to step down during pandemic. Tense ice over as freezing weather plagues migrants near U.S. border. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. MJ Akbar, former India minister loses Me Too defamation case to Priya Ramani. Princess Latifa, UN to question UAE about Dubai ruler's daughter. Japan party invites women to look not talk at key meetings. Pablo Hasél protests, thousands demand rappers release in Spain. Nyan Marku, roads blocked in Yangon as thousands protest. COVID, Melbourne and Auckland snap lockdowns to end. Trump attacks DUR leader Mitch McConnell. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un's wife makes first appearance in a year. China overtakes US as EU's biggest trading partner. Peru vaccine scandal, ex-president asked for early jab, doctors say. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Biden, only one president I haven't spoken to. Drive-through ashes, do-it-yourself baggies, churches adapt to an Ash Wednesday upended by COVID-19. AP Top Stories February 17th. Joe Biden pushes teacher vaccinations, UK to urge vaccine ceasefires, Mexico surpasses 2M cases, 175K deaths, latest COVID-19 updates. Water main break floods Philadelphia streets. Native Americans embrace vaccine in North Carolina. Another snow ice producer is on the way as U.S. endures brutal blast of winter weather blamed for at least 20 deaths. Winter storm delays vaccinations. FEMA opens first mass vaccination sites in California. Latest COVID-19 updates. Today in history for February 17th. Stuck in traffic, Americans with longer commutes could be inhaling dangerously high levels of carcinogens, study says. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Los Angeles Police Department sought ring camera footage of crime during summer protests, riling privacy advocates. 3 arrested on suspicion of beating man to death in West Hollywood. LA School Board cuts its police force and diverts funds for Black student achievement. Captain of Conception dive boat pleads not guilty to charges of seaman's manslaughter. Decrying cancel culture, state senator seeks to make political affiliation a protected class. LA Zoo reopens for the second time during the pandemic. Some essential workers, teachers eligible for COVID-19 vaccine in LA County beginning March 1st. Appreciation, why working with Larry Flint was an endless adrenaline rush, and an education. Man implicates self in 3 stabbing deaths near homeless camp, sheriff says. Fauci more cautious on COVID-19 vaccine rollout, pushing open season to late May or June. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Wednesday, February 17, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson says he would run for president if that's what the people wanted. China withdraws 140 tanks, 60 artillery guns, 7,000 troops in Ladakh. De-escalation. Citing blasphemy, Islamists in Pakistan obstruct the release of a film. Opponents of Myanmar's military coup called for more big protests on Wednesday to show that the army's assertion of widespread public support for overthrowing elected leader Aung San Suu Kyi and holding new elections was false. A majority of Britons aren't satisfied with how Brexit turned out. U.S. court sides with family of man killed in crash involving UK diplomat's wife. After 3 days of lockdown due to 3 COVID cases in the community, New Zealand's largest city Auckland to drop to alert level 2, rest of country to alert level 1. Saudi woman sentenced to death over Bangladeshi domestic workers killing. The same Putin poison squad hit a Washington Post columnist before Navalny. 2 variants have merged into heavily mutated coronavirus. France just suffered a very SolarWinds-like cyber attack. European public rejects Brazil trade deal unless Amazon protected. 75% of those polled oppose agreement without stronger environmental commitments. France ties Russia's sandworm to a multi-year hacking spree. Police in Belarus carried out more than 20 raids on the homes and offices of journalists, human rights activists and trade union members. The raids were part of an investigation into mass protests. The country has faced weekly protests since President Lukashenko claimed a victory election in August. Forced pregnancy, marriage are now recognized war crimes in latest Hague conviction. The landmark war crimes case expands the world's collective understanding of how sexual and gender-based violence is used as a tactic of war. The next headlines are from Forbes. Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms should kick visitors, players and NBA All-Star game out of Atlanta. James Harden's MVP caliber performance leads Brooklyn Nets to greatest comeback in team history. Ford Europe commits to EV only future, first car due in 2023. 5 moves CFOs can make now to build a strong team for recovery. Face at FC Barcelona fans, Lionel Messi is leaving. Texas blackouts, how the state generates its electricity, infographic. Taiwan says deal to buy 5 million Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccines on hold, hints at pressure from China. For disabled people, inclusive transportation is about much more than lifts and ramps. Records tumble as commodity cash floods the miners. Amazon sued by New York for failing to adequately protect workers during pandemic. The next headlines are from Nature.com. The sound of stars. Thunderstorms spew out gamma rays, these scientists want to know why. How to shape a productive scientist-artist collaboration. China's Mars mission, vaccine trust and predatory journals. All my art is curiosity-driven, the garden studio where art and physics collide. Why universities are key to tackling inequality. The Hunt for Life on Mars, a visual guide to NASA's latest mission. Some antibodies can dampen antiviral defenses in people with severe COVID. COVID vaccines and safety, what the research says. The coronavirus is here to stay, here's what that means. The world population update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,686,546,358 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Wim Wenders, David Byrne directed series This Is Music taps Road Movies as German partner exclusive. UK Production Guild chief warns of post-Brexit shoot delays as stars join chorus for visa-free work in Europe. Disney lifts lid on Star, exclusivity and parental control keys to new tile. Sacred Games star No Azad in City Kwion Sangin and the contest between streaming and theatrical exclusive. Sky Studios, Gaumont team for original German comedy The Wasp, with by Lenin actor Florian Lucas. Get Even star Mia McKenna Bruce leads cast of Smudged Smile, first film in mental health anthology exclusive. Radu Jude's Berlin competition title Baglock Banging snapped up by Heretic Outreach exclusive. Netflix picks up Chinese fantasy film New Gods, Neza Reborn. Saturday Night Live returns to Korea exclusive. China's cinema screen count leaps despite COVID closures. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Vaccinating homeless patients against COVID-19, all bets are off. New York sues Amazon for COVID-19 workplace safety failures. Biden says he wants most K-8 schools open 5 days a week by his first 100 days. Son of prominent conservative activist charged in Capitol riot. Trump blasts McConnell and his leadership in lengthy response to recent criticism. Secretary of State Blinken, no doubt U.S. diplomacy tarnished by recent events. Biden administration says it has increased vaccine supply. U.S. court sides with family of man killed in crash involving diplomat's wife. Virologist, WHO team found no credible link between Wuhan labs, COVID-19. Texas governor calls for investigation into group that manages state power grid. The following headlines are from The Week. The populists' slipperiest lie. On sitting out the new culture wars. The Daily Show and Jimmy Kimmel talk about Texas freezing over Trump's wild feud with Mitch McConnell. The architect of Texas electricity market says it's working as planned. Critics compare it to late Soviet Russia. This tip war has raised more than $34,000 for Cincinnati restaurant workers. Japan, still aiming to hold the Olympics this summer, starts COVID-19 vaccine drive. Lindsey Graham says Trump can be a handful, but is the most dominant figure in the GOP. Biden calls for more rehabilitation opportunities, as no one should go to jail for the use of a drug. Biden says the Justice Department is focused heavily on the rise of white supremacy. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. On daily life in County Line, a former freedmen's colony. The following headlines are from the NASA Mars Exploration Program. NASA's next Mars rover is ready for the most precise landing yet. The Mars Relay Network connects us to NASA's Martian explorers. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Water-shaped features on Mars much earlier than previously believed. This is what happens to spacecraft when they re-enter the Earth's atmosphere. The surprising discovery of ceramic chips inside meteorites means there were wild temperature variations in the early solar system. A combined map of almost 15,000 dust storms on Mars. These are the news headlines for today, Wednesday, February 17th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Hunkering down in winter weather. Arc to Arcturus, a springtime star. Galaxies have magnetic fields, too. Images here. What is the Milky Way? The next news is from Politico. What the US can teach Europe about privacy. The vaccines that could stop COVID-19. Biden's first 100 days. Nikki Haley's choice. Reparations bill tests Biden and Harris on racial justice. Opinion: Joe Biden's secret weapon for resetting Iran policy. The birthplace of the Republican Party buckles after Trump nearly blew up the GOP. Biden resets his own COVID goalposts at CNN town hall. Judge refuses to ban Capitol riot suspects from Twitter and Facebook. Biden gets his first energy crisis, and an opening. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Australian Open 2021 live updates. Tsitsipas wins third set but still trails Nadal. Barty crashes out in quarterfinal after shock loss to Machova. Medvedev thumbs Rublev to cruise to semis. Catholic Church unhappy with City of Sydney's Heapscape promotion. Victoria's sacrifice appears to have been for nothing. Fight over rough sleepers. $40,000 hotel bill takes a twist on revelation of fraud convictions. WA to relax border restrictions with Victoria from Saturday. A generous offer from a friend of science. As it happened, Victoria lockdown will lift from midnight as state records 0 COVID-19 cases. AstraZeneca boss says vaccine safe for over 65s. Zinja needs $5 million to launch new products, faces investor pushback. There's no faulting BT's legacy as champion of stand-down rule. Gallery, the best photos from around the world. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. WHO and Australian approvals lift hopes for AstraZeneca vaccine. Regulator objects to $9.2 billion sale of eBay arm in the latest move to protect online competition. The pandemic has accelerated trends that could add value to these stocks. Europe joins Wall Street's boom in blank check companies. Here's the best of what international corporate leaders have been discussing on earnings calls. Next Avenue, 9 things you can do to remain independent as you age. Kelley Blue Book, the 2021 BMW 8 Series is a formidable blend of power and suppleness. NerdWallet, answers to your questions about taxes and PPP loans. Next Avenue, we owe it to our grandchildren, 2 ways to make a difference. Europe markets, European stocks and U.S. equity futures struggle as investors watch bond yields. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Sheffield Victorian Queen of Healer Oi poison her lover, the Star. Initiatives by the Brazilian Patent and Trademark Office, BPTO, contribute to heating up the licensing and technology transfer market in the country. Intellectual property, Brazil, Mondac News alerts. The United States Supreme Court may make it harder to protect your patents from competitor attack. Lexology. Craig Biocraft Laboratories files for international patents. Fiber2fashion.com. Eagle views adventures in IP earn company $375 M enhanced win, law $360. How to patent an app and protect your IP, intellectual property, Australia, Mondac News alerts. Twist emerges in Senate IP Subcommittee leadership for 117th Congress, IPWatchdog.com. Pornoy, innovative inventors duo, $70 with free shipping, Fox 31 Denver. To fight climate change, should green investors reconsider big oil? Harvard Business School working knowledge. Paul Sinelli launches AI tool for patent applications. Missouri Lawyers Media. The next headlines are from Quartz. Working conditions, S&P 500 emissions, tiniest reptile. How online dating companies have helped people find love, even during a pandemic. COVID-skeptical Tanzania is experiencing a spike in pneumonia. The toolkit, an international conspiracy in India, is a common practice in protests across the globe. China no longer needs Hollywood movies. Amazon is taking aim at one of its few remaining rivals. South Africa restarts its vaccine drive as the first country to use the Johnson & Johnson shot. What are the implications of countries like Tanzania not vaccinating against COVID-19? Capital probe, China's emissions, Yardley grass. CTE d'Ivoire's informal economy has come online and the government's not happy. The following headlines are from TechDirt. Conservative news outlet order to pay more than $250,000 in legal fees to Rachel Maddow, MSNBC. Texas Power, phone outages again highlight how infrastructure underinvestment will be fatal moving forward. TechDirt Podcast Episode 270, Regulating the Internet Won't Fix a Broken Government. 230 Matters, 1 week until our event in discussion with Section 230's authors. First Circuit rejects device search challenge, says the Fourth Amendment doesn't apply at our nation's borders. Daily Deal, the Learn to Draw comic book characters bundle. Parler's found a new host, and a new CEO, for now. State laws restricting community broadband are hurting U.S. communities during the pandemic. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this Daily News Headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Adam Sandler. Corey LaBerry. Travis Barker. Lakers vs. Timberwolves. Benny Thompson. Young Rock. Liverpool. Nintendo Direct. CCIV. Djokovic. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Boombust explores what is wrong with Parler after social media platform returns online. UK to deliberately expose volunteers to COVID-19 in world first trial after study given green light. Africa to administer globally unapproved J&J COVID-19 shot in healthcare workers trial, looks to offload AstraZeneca jab. Indonesia ramps up pressure on vaccine dodgers by allowing fines and sanctions ahead of phase II of immunization campaign. Facebook fined €7 million in Italy after refusing to address user data concerns. One of my best matches, Imperious Medvedev marches past compatriot Rublev and into Australian Open semifinals. Doubly nice it was against Barcelona, Khabib Nurmagomedov trolls Barca with signed BAP match shirt after hat-trick heroics. How India's hunger for oil could transform the Middle East. COVID hit UFC star Khamzat Chimaev flying to US for treatment for lingering effects of virus, manager hopes he can fight by June. At least 20 dead as winter storm pummels US states, leaves millions in Texas without power in freezing temperatures. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Most give up Twitter and booze for Lent. UK Electoral Commission rejects BLM political party bid, says may mislead voters. Iran to block nuclear inspections starting next week if US doesn't drop sanctions. Pro-independence parties win cattle and elections. Cashless society, UK ATM use plummets during pandemic. A Russian winter in Syria, nearing 0 hour. How conspiracy theorizing may soon get you labeled a domestic terrorist. Putin reportedly interested in Elon Musk's proposal for the two men to speak. Rockets pound U.S. base in northern Iraq leading to casualties. Israeli hospitals brace for rising numbers of children infected with COVID as schools reopen. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Demographic shifts, how will COVID impact European populations? Nigerian students abducted by armed bandits, reports. Australian broadcaster 9 and Google Media deal as new laws near. The fans who make football, FC St. Pauli. Beirut blast, where is justice 6 months on? Biden says China to pay price for human rights abuses. UN chief, CAR peacekeeping force needs 3,700 reinforcements. Oil, arms sales, money, what became of Libya's revolution? In pictures, Myanmar's coup opponents gather for major protests. U.S. President Biden says no to defunding the police. The next headlines are from Breitbart. CNN, NBC paid left-wing Capitol rioter $35,000 each for footage of violence. Biden, we didn't have the vaccine when we came into office. Biden, former military, police fueling growth of white supremacy groups. Fact check, President Biden falsely claimed Trump did not condemn Proud Boys. Biden, a year from now, significantly fewer people will have to distance, wear a mask. Biden, we'll be close to having most K-8 schools open 5 days a week at the end of first 100 days. Biden, we inherited bad circumstances for vaccine rollout, Trump wasted so much time. Poll, Donald Trump favorability plus 75 among Republicans, Mitch McConnell underwater at minus 15. Project Veritas, Mark Zuckerberg expressed concern about modifying DNA and RNA. Pennsylvania Democrat who bullied pro-life old white lady and teen girls running for lieutenant governor. The next headlines are from UPI News. Watch, hungry alligator steals Florida man's golf ball. Maryland man's coffee stop ends with $57,777 lottery jackpot. Crocodile undergoes surgery to remove shoe from stomach in Florida. Watch, 911 call about dismembered body leads to finding mannequin parts. Watch, dog rescued from basement of abandoned home in Detroit. Watch, Philadelphia artist's 6,507 square foot drawing breaks world record. Cat reunited with family 4 years after escaping home. Watch, world's longest hockey game ends after 252 hours in Canada. Emu leads owner on a chase through Utah town. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Startup cleans up laundry detergent with powerful soap that uses bio-ingredients. Archaeologists in Egypt have unearthed the world's oldest known beer factory, thought to date back 5,000 years. Mardi Gras becomes Yardi Gras when float-making company gets orders for porch floats after parade is cancelled. Paris is turning its dark underground parking lots into organic mushrooms farms. 110-year-old has turned into a singing sensation on social media, fulfilling lifelong dream thanks to great-grandson. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Wednesday, February 17th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. 30 Taliban militants killed in explosion during bomb-making class. A high-end escort answers all your questions. Reddit removed 6% of content on its platform in 2020. Ukrainian man invents murder to get police to clear snow from his road. Steve Bannon believed Trump had early-stage dementia, TV producer claims. Apple will soon be able to repair iPhone 12's rear glass without replacing the entire device. Twitch streamer made $16,000 filming himself sleeping and letting viewers disturb him with alarm clocks and fake dog barks. Kid gets mom to film him sleeping in Tesla as it drives down the highway on autopilot. Ice Age horse skeleton found in Utah backyard isn't what we thought. Joe Biden, playing as Luigi, wins in Mario Kart race against granddaughter at Camp David. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Ford invests $1 billion to go all-electric by 2030 in Europe. This bizarro AI creates psychedelic visual interpretations of famous poems. How data science can help you find your ideal house at an affordable price. EWW, the new iOS headphone emoji will be the AirPods Max. How to take control of your performance review and get the cash you deserve. Tesla remains the big daddy in the US EV market, despite new challengers. Focal Radiance review, the literal Bentley of headphones sounds fantastic. Brace your ears, Twitter rolls out voice DMs in India, Brazil, and Japan. Apple Music will soon make it way easier to add songs to your queue. Here's our best look at the rumored Sonos headphones. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Slow motion precursors give earthquakes the fast slip. Radioactive bone cement may be safer in treating spinal tumors. Genetic study of Lewy body dementia supports ties to Alzheimer's and Parkinson's diseases. Neanderthal gene variants both increase and decrease the risk for severe COVID-19. Early step toward leukemia drug therapy. Star employees get most of the credit and blame. Secret to how cholera adapts to temperature revealed. Solution to puzzling phenomenon may open door to improved cold spray efficiency. Study sheds light on how people cope with health challenges and medical debt. Novel flexible terahertz camera can inspect objects with diverse shapes. The next headlines are from Information Week. Graph-based AI enters the enterprise mainstream. Generation Z is bringing dramatic transformation to the workforce. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Wednesday, February 17th from over 100 sources to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA updates coverage of International Space Station cargo ship docking. NASA awards Consolidated Program Support Services contract. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Resolution urging Utah schools to retire Native American mascots fails on House floor in surprising vote. Wasatch Front residents advised to stay off the roads Wednesday morning due to winter storm. You wouldn't get to know who is a finalist to be a university president in Utah under this new bill. $13.50 settlement in Lauren McCluskey's case gets initial approval from Utah lawmakers. Woman forcibly taken from Kern's home was shot to death, police say. Tribune editorial, Republicans need Romney more than he needs them. Lawmakers take aim at limiting emergency powers. Racism isn't a hypothetical topic for Utah's black pastors, they've tasted it. Utah State men's basketball coach Craig Smith has a new contract, just in time for the two big games against Boise State. House Republicans strip out references to vote by mail from a resolution touting Utah's 2020 election. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Fortnite creator Epic files European Union complaint against Apple. Americans are consuming more foreign content than ever. Losses to romance scams reached a record $304 million in 2020. Apple wins victory as North Dakota votes down bill that would regulate app stores. Near total internet shutdown for third night in a row in Myanmar. Stadia leadership praised development studios for great progress just 1 week before laying them all off. For the first time since 2008, European Space Agency is on the hunt for new astronauts. Ghana plans to relax telecom licensing rules to lower data costs. Fake Amazon reviews being sold in bulk online. Sennheiser says it's open to selling its consumer audio business. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Prepare for another round of snow Wednesday, 1 to 2 inches of accumulation. Cold weather cannot stop 62-year-old from getting to work on time. Police searching for SUV that slammed into Sunset Hills patrol vehicle. Pacific, Mo girl receives kidney from her pre-K teacher. St. Peter's organization comes to aid of Jefferson County mother and kids following eviction. Highland Volunteer Fire Department uses brutal cold as training opportunity. How you can to prepare for an outage and conserve energy. Pandemic means smaller crowds, less revelry in Soulard for Mardi Gras. How Metro East towns of Waterloo and Redbud responded to the storm. St. Louis County to ease restrictions on youth and adult sports. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. $17 M rent relief plan passes in Chula Vista. San Diego Sockers make best of bizarre season spent entirely on the road. Family mourns father, 13-year-old son killed in crash near Poway High. Newsom says COVID-19 tier changes could come next week. Drone with kilo of meth crashes on roof of San Isidro business. Petco Park vaccine site to reopen Wednesday after new shipment arrives. Grossmont Union students to return to classes in person next month in blended model. It is so frustrating, Poway parents in limbo as district awaits review. Californians urge to conserve energy as winter storm slams parts of U.S. 20 dead in winter storm as second cross-country system moves in. The next headlines are from spooknews.com. Data security in an omnichannel world, ETCIO. Bug in Share-Eat Android app can get your data hacked, ETCIO. Online harassment occurs most often on social media, but strikes in other places, too. Reports, U.S. spy plane, missile tracking ship deployed near North Korea. New spy shots of Hyundai's first pickup truck emerge car scoops. Agent Sonia, a biography of intrepid anti-spy Ursula Kosinski. North Korea launched over 1M cyber attacks daily, Seoul spy agency says. Spy agency, North Korea hackers targeted COVID vaccine tech. Pro-India malware used to spy on Pakistani military, nuclear agencies. South Korea spy agency, and Korea hackers targeted vaccine tech. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Next generation NIMRS combat vehicles will debut at IDEX 2021. Meprolite launches its new sight system. Milan to unveils its new UGV during live demos at IDEX 2021. Chinese tanks will be the main target for Javelin. The next headlines are from SUP China, top news about China. Song Meiling's historic Congress address, and her tour to save China. A new hope for China's endangered animals. TikTok and Douyin combine top the world of in-app purchases. Beijing considers rare earth export controls targeted at U.S. defense industry. A movie ticket for $20, price complaints soar as China breaks box office records. After latest blackface incident, Africans in China grow weary of racial insensitivities. From folktale to national treasure, the story of the butterfly lovers. How China's e-commerce helped stamp out the pandemic. Chinese box office breaks record despite pandemic shadow. WHO in Wuhan, a refusal to share raw data, or standard scientific debate? This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Wednesday, February 17, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Bill introduced to end online sex trafficking, exploitation. Vallejo store owner critically injured in shooting. Oakland Chinatown merchants fear safety amid numerous attacks. Marin County nursing homes see dramatic drop in COVID-19 cases. Texas family builds outdoor ice rink during record winter storm. Vaccine supply slowing down California distribution effort. San Jose police chief search, a look at how the interview process is going, and who's in the running. Let OPD respond, Oakland's police chief addresses ongoing Chinatown violence. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Machova upsets Sparty and will face Brady in Australian semis. Big protests across Myanmar as UN expert fears violence. The latest, Medvedev tops Rublev, reaches semis in Australia. James, Lakers, minus Davis, fend off Timberwolves 112-104. Biden reframes goal on reopening of elementary schools. Raptors beat Bucks 124-113 despite losing Lowry to injury. Sorokin stops 20 shots for first NHL win, Isles blank Sabres. COVID-19 update, average daily cases down by more than half this month, new vaccine delay. Why especially flat roofs collapse under snow, and what to do, and not do, about it. COVID-19 cases per county, zip code is the February 16th. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Washington lawmakers pass amended drug decriminalization bill out of committee. Hugo House writers, teachers call on executive director to resign over structural racism. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Drought is ongoing in Iraq, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Morocco. Drought is ongoing in Mexico, United States. Drought is ongoing in Kazakhstan, Russia. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Congo, DRC, Namibia. Drought is ongoing in Bolivia, Brazil. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone 121. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth 10 km, in Greece February 17, 2021, 3:36 UTC, 1,090,000 people within 100 kilometers. Volcanic eruption is ongoing for Etna in Italy. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Wednesday, February 17th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from Cypher Brief Security News and High-Level Analysis. A New World of Global Security, a briefing with Sir John Sawers. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. N. Harris Company apartment floods after sprinklers go off for 7 hours inside. Governor Abbott calls for ERCOT emergency item in wake of winter power crisis. Ash Wednesday observed differently due to power emergency, winter weather and the COVID-19 pandemic. Governor Greg Abbott calls on ERCOT leadership to resign during ABC 13 one-on-one interview. Houston and other area cities experiencing low water pressure. Winter storm paralyzing Texas is far from over, with another round coming tonight. We're in it alone, power outages leave millions of Texans desperate for heat and safety. Galveston County asks for truck to hold bodies of winter storm victims. 48 hours without power and nightmare as residents demand answers. President Joe Biden optimistic on reopening of elementary schools. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. 33 injured, 14 arrested in protests over rappers jailing. Graceland plans in-person events during Elvis Week. Executioners sanitized accounts of deaths in federal cases. Italy's Draghi urges unity, sacrifice in fighting the virus. Ford has spent $1 billion to switch German factory to electric cars. NATO chief urges joint spending as budget debate rolls on. Palestinian Authority says it has sent vaccines to Gaza. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. The Staten Island Files explore hundreds of previously secret NYPD misconduct findings. Over 250,000 New Yorkers booked state vaccination appointments following latest eligibility expansion. Extra, inside NASA's high-stakes Mars rover landing. Judge dismisses charges against Amy Cooper, woman who called police on Blackbird watcher in Central Park. City doles out historic sum of taxpayer-funded campaign cash. De Blasio administration rejects proposal to strip NYPD commissioner of final discipline authority. Cuomo changes his marijuana legalization plan following widespread criticism. New COVID vaccine data shows which parts of NYC are being left behind. Wiley misses cutoff as Stringer and Adams score public funds in record-setting payout. Mount Sinai cancels COVID vaccine appointments, sending at-risk NYers back to square one. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. Next, info on a few earthquakes today from earthquaketoday.com. Light earthquake, 4.1 mag strikes near Farkar in Afghanistan. Moderate earthquake 5 mag, southeast of the Loyalty Islands. Light earthquake, 4.7 mag strikes near Bigama in Democratic Republic. Light earthquake, 4.5 mag has occurred near Bengkulu in Indonesia. Moderate earthquake, M5.2 quake has struck near Ice Angel in Vanuatu. Moderate earthquake, 5.4 mag has occurred near Port Vila in Vanuatu. Light earthquake, 4.8 mag strikes near Harrison in Philippines. Light earthquake 4.2 mag, 143 kilometers southwest of Sarangani, Philippines. Light earthquake, M4.6 quake has struck near Central East Pacific Rise. Minor earthquake, M3.55 quake has struck near Ferndale in CA. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. India glacier disaster. In a warming world, is there no less lethal way to power development? Making the UN Tax Committee more effective for developing countries. Climate change and policy making in Nepal. IP, vaccine imperialism cause death and suffering, delay recovery. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Pelosi unveils 9/11 style commission to investigate January 6. China threatens to hobble U.S. defense industry by limiting export of rare earth metals. Brave judge rules cops must return cash seized under civil asset forfeiture, or go to jail. DARPA's new space program stirs worldwide concern. Lincoln Project funneled $45 million to companies owned by its founders. U.S. focus on narratives will let it collide with reality. Tyranny by propaganda is tyranny by force. Time magazine expose admits conspiracy to steal election, activists told to stand down. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Riot lawsuit just part of Trump's post-impeachment problems. Biden optimistic on reopening of elementary schools. Millions endure record cold without power, at least 20 dead. Did Kamala Harris bail out violent rioters during George Floyd protests? Vaccine delays leave grocery workers feeling expendable. Did U.S. Capitol Police Officer Brian Sicknick die after hit with a fire extinguisher? Biden rallies public to pressure Republicans on virus aid. Did the Al Gore get stuck in ice? Egypt, archaeologists unearth ancient beer factory in Abydos. Is this video of a fireball surging across a power line real? The next headlines are from factcheck.org. Graham twists facts on Harris support for protesters. See check video, the facts about Fauci and masks. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. NASA's Mars 2020 mission could rock our world. African cemeteries are seeing enormous spikes in COVID-19 burials. Key organizers of Capitol rally back at it after Trump acquittal. The GOP is now the party of thugs, terrorists, racists and opes. What if I die here? The panic of COVID patients in Texas left with no heat. The band's Robbie Robertson sounds off on stage fright, fake Native Americans, and saving Bob Dylan. The GOP finds the riot's real villain, Nancy Pelosi. Biden's green jobs guru had top role at world's largest investor in deforestation. Stanley Kubrick's daughter is a far-right Proud Boys and QAnon fanatic. How big hospital donors and school board VIPs are skipping the vaccine line. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Tennessee man arrested for impersonating Barack Obama on gun permit application. Rangers Jacob Trouble exits with upper body injury. James Harden, Nets dig out of 24-point hole to stun Suns. NY Rep Jamal Bowman's mother dead from COVID-19. Man who appeared on Dance Moms arrested for sexually abusing students. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Top 10 space stories of 2020. Martian dust storms may glow in the dark. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. NASA's Perseverance rover closes in on Mars. British PM Boris Johnson welcomes incredibly encouraging Biden moves. Religious-based coronavirus vaccine conspiracy circulating online. Doctor on COVID vaccine trial for children. Third shot may be needed to fight new variants, Bill Gates warns. Israel becomes world's lab as it pushes ahead in vaccinating their population. New York governor faces questions over early reporting of nursing home COVID-19 deaths. Biden administration increasing weekly coronavirus vaccine supply. South Africa halts AstraZeneca vaccine plan over study data. Fauci pushes back timeline for widespread vaccinations. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. 10 apartment units evacuated after venomous coral snake slithers out of terrarium. Anthony Fauci awarded $1 million Israeli prize for defending science. Surprise picks among Writers Guild of America award nominations, a strong Oscars precursor. West Texas mayor resigns after refusing to help with snowstorm. The city and county owes you nothing. Ashley Judd shares images from leg accident in Congo. Man falsely tells cops he murdered someone in attempt to get his street plowed. Trump rips McConnell as a political hack, vows to back MAGA-inspired primary candidates. Double-decker arts festival cancelled for second straight year. 2 men get prison for trying to ride jet ski from Netherlands to UK with $278,000 worth of cocaine. Captain pleads not guilty to manslaughter in deadly 2019 California boat blaze. The following headlines are from military.com. Military families in on-basing housing may soon be able to withhold rent in disputes. The Army is seeking funds to build highly mobile light tanks for infantry brigades. Marine who witnessed Iwo Jima flag raising dies before battle's 76th anniversary. Air Force's first overseas F-35 fighter squadron gets crowdsourced new name. Report, Iran and Russia begin joint naval drill. Exhibit at Camp Gordon Johnston World War II Museum honors African American servicemen. Turkey accuses U.S. of backing PKK after Turks killed in Iraq. Navy reports 3 new COVID-19 cases on carrier that had massive 2020 outbreak. UK to return medals to vets discharged because of sexuality. Family seeks answers to fatal shooting on Alaska Naval Base. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Governor J.B. Pritzker to propose reversing tax changes agreed to with Republicans in 2019 budget deal. A ferocious winter storm dropped 18 inches of snow on Chicago. As residents begin to dig out, winter fatigue sets in. 68-year-old man killed by stray bullet while driving in Bridgeport, police say. Heavy snowfall takes a toll on Chicago area roofs, and collapses could be just the start of the misery. Column, sure, I'd walk 6 miles to get that COVID-19 vaccine. Waiting for the snow to melt? Read up on the latest Chicago weather news, tips for shoveling and what to watch. Aurora man charged with hijacking vehicle on near East Side. 3 South Side buildings partially collapse, bringing snow-related cave-ins to 8. President's Day winter storm, how much did it snow near you? Snowstorm causes 100+ Chicago vaccine sites to miss shipments, but city's public health commissioner says doses will come soon. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Greece races to restore power grid as cold snap recedes. A new, clearer insight into Earth's hidden crystals. Scientists and indigenous people unite to save Colombian condor. Explainer, topsy-turvy weather comes from polar vortex. Plastic recycling results in rare metals being found in children's toys and food packaging. The market advantage of a feminine brand name. Electricity source determines benefits of electrifying China's vehicles. CT scans of Egyptian mummy reveal new details about the death of a pivotal pharaoh. Breathing better seeds, healthy food for more people. Tourists could be spreading the virus causing COVID-19 to wild mountain gorillas by taking selfies with the animals. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Wednesday, February 17th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Why are there no crash test dummies that represent average women? How radon might be impacting your health, and what to do about it. Geology of a formerly wet planet at the Mars Perseverance rover landing site. Panpsychism, the trippy theory that everything from bananas to bicycles are conscious. 18 best creatine supplements to buy right now. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Epic Games files EU antitrust complaint against Apple. After delay, Israel allows vaccines into Hamas-run Gaza. India takes foreign diplomats to tour disputed Kashmir. Banned Scott Fakerson to miss rest of 6 nations. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Word Game, February 17, 2021. Bridge, February 17, 2021. Horoscopes, February 17, 2021. Ed Sheeran, Take Your Time. Ask Amy, I don't really know her. Is it a bad idea to let her share my bed? Harriet Cole, I was the belle of the ball, and now I feel like a loser. Miss Manners, why should I go to the funeral after they ignored my pain? Dear Abby, my wife is faking a disability, and it's harming our family. Hayward police seek fatal hit-and-run collision suspect. Trio arrested on suspicion of robbing Peninsula Bakery. Here's Roadshow's winning nickname for dangerous drivers. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. After delay, Israel allows Palestinian Authority to deliver first vaccines to Hamas-ruled Gaza Strip. Ex-New Jersey mayor sentenced for stealing campaign funds. The next headlines are from The Intercept. The Democrats' long war on immigrants. Rep Rokana agrees to public conversation with UAE ambassador if detained journalist is released. Los Angeles Police Department sought home security video related to Black Lives Matter protests. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Wednesday, February 17, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Helping behavior may mitigate academic risk for children from low-income neighborhoods. Ladding's youth's helping behavior tied to cultural processes as well as parenting practices. Ceramic fuel cells, reduced nickel content leads to improved stability and performance. Wintering bird communities track climate change faster than breeding communities in Europe and North America. The 20 best places to tackle U.S. farm nitrogen pollution. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Man, 62, missing from Washington Park. Gas station robbed, man carjacked in Horner Park. 8 shot, 2 fatally, Tuesday in Chicago. Businesses robbed at gunpoint on the Northwest Side, police. Horoscope for Wednesday, February 17, 2021. Census delay creates redistricting uncertainty. Infant among 3 injured in Avalon Park crash. Coburn, Desamu lead surging Alini past skidding Wildcats. Battle-tested Notre Dame holds off St. Patrick. 1 killed, 1 wounded in Chatham shooting, police. The feed from the Riverfront Times St. Louis has been removed for putting advertisements in its news RSS feed. Ruma's Deli customers launch grassroots pay-it-forward effort to feed the hungry. Old Rock House announces spring shows at Chesterfield Amphitheater. St. Louis weather forecast shows that hope is on the way. St. Louis fish fry locations. St. Louis parishes gear up for a fish fry season like no other. The next headlines are from Detroit Metro. Senate Democrats are more comfortable being prey than predator. How a Michigan couple radicalized the state's GOP and emboldened insurrectionists. The nation's first black-owned TV station, founded in Detroit, is now a historic landmark. Savage love, pandemic pressures. Too partisan to convict. Free will astrology, February 17 to 23. Acquitted. Detroit's Car Center to host free Thonetta Davis performance for Black History Month live stream. More Michigan restaurant owners and workers explain why they don't think indoor dining should resume now. Republican John James says he was called racial slur in Florida. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Wednesday, February 17, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. We should have known Joss Whedon was grossed by the Buffy Season 8 comics. The historical 2020 to 2021 sports management turnover in Houston. Houston Concert Watch 2/17, Nathan Quick, Patti Smith and more. 5 ways 2021 Houston sports can redeem themselves. Nature Boys Hockney and Van Gogh star in centuries-spanning dual exhibit. Fish Fridays, where to eat in Houston during Lent 2021. Power outages may linger even once Texas warms up, Hidalgo and Centerpoint warn. Getting ready for round 2 and searching for answers to the power crisis. Governor doesn't about phase as legislative leaders call for ERCOT investigation. Latest on Houston area grocery stores closures and reduced hours. The next headlines are about world records making news. Hockey game in Canada attempts record, lasts 252 hours, NPR. Record for the world's most expensive sheepdog confirmed, Guinness World Records. Dubai creates another world record at Global Village, Gulf News. Charity match in Alberta lasts for world record 252 hours, raises $1.8 million, Republic TV. Chris Burdish announces world's first solo wingfoil trans-Pacific crossing, subconnect.com. Why Liverpool had to pay world record fee for Harvey Elliott, Liverpool Echo. 548 miles per hour remote-controlled plane breaks world record, Thomas Net News. 3 different world records were set in the same day for Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, Esports. Angler gets closer to world ice fishing record, 47-inch tiger muskie caught on Otisco Lake, Syracuse.com. North Bay officially a Guinness World Records holder, the North Bay Nugget. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Texas mayor announces resignation after unhinged Facebook rant about power outages goes viral. Seriously gruesome death of an Egyptian pharaoh detailed in new study. A hugely popular file-sharing Android app also has giant, terrible security flaws. Sony sued for not honoring warranty agreements on defective PS5 controllers. Congratulations to Dominion Pillow Systems. Look out, Apple TV, it looks like Roku is testing a rechargeable remote. The Los Angeles Police Department asked ring owners to hand over footage of BLM protesters. The best phones you can buy right now. Ebola has returned to Africa and officials are racing to contain it. Thousands of stunned sea turtles are being rescued from the Texas freeze. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Sagu in Mali at 107.6 degrees Fahrenheit or 42 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Vostok in Antarctica at minus 66.1 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 54.5 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. France ties Russia's sandworm to a multi-year hacking spree. McLaren drops the V8, moves to V6 plug-in hybrid for its next supercar. Online fighting games during COVID, how rollback helps us connect. An anniversary for great justice, remembering all your base 20 years later. Posing as Amazon seller, consumer group investigates fake review industry. Microsoft releases new all-in-one Office app for iPads. Today's best tech deals, Hitman 3, 400GB micro SD cards, and more. North Dakota lawmakers jump into Apple epic fight with new App Store bill. Shared Android app with over 1 billion downloads is a security nightmare. North Korea may have hacked into Pfizer servers looking for COVID data. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Sean Hannity attacked John Kerry for using a private plane, but the Fox News host's own jet has an intriguing history. He is lying, people are dying, calls for Texas governor to resign as he blames power outages on wind and solar. Trump's lawyers hit with major data breach, and stolen files are on the dark web, report. Is there growing rift developing between Senate Democrats? This crisis is brought to you by deregulation, how failed state Texas is paying the price for corporate profits. The GOP has made pariahs of 17 who confronted Trump, they are heroes. How Uncle Tom still impacts racial politics. Young Republicans split from Trump and GOP elders on U.S. foreign policy, 3 charts. Trump is history, it's Joe Biden who's changing America, former Labor Secretary. Internment survivor George Takei breaks down the horror of the racist wave of attacks on Asians. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. America is ignoring the coronavirus variants at its own peril. While the sea keeps debating a $15 minimum wage, fast food workers are striking for it now. Not everyone was surprised by the attack on the Capitol. 5-time U.S. chess champion Hikaru Nakamura reaches 1 million stream followers. Magnitude? Why won't Joe Biden let ethanol die already? The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. Grab the tiny window of opportunity to recover fully after a stroke, the health site. Caffeine consumption found to alter brain structure, new atlas. Full text, exploring the impact of modifiable factors on serum BDNF in psychiatry and ET, Dove Medical Press. Small window of opportunity for best recovery after stroke, Science Daily. Regular caffeine consumption affects brain structure, Science Daily. 5 amazing things you didn't know your brain could do, Ladders. A white paper lays out the case for music in early education for all children, San Francisco Classical Voice. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Wednesday, February 17, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Enormous circular craft caught on video, Uruguay. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Wednesday, February 17, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. True Strange News is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by True Strange News. All rights reserved.